Well, howdy y'all. This here's a handy redneck coming at you again. Um, this is March 18th, 2019. Uh, y'all saw me do some taters earlier today, but seeing as it's officially 2 days before spring, I figured why don't we just go ahead and get the corn planted as well. In this bed here is a raised bed I made. It's 2 foot wide and 5 foot long. We're going to plant about 50 or so corn. We got a special variety. Can be used as both sweet corn or dried corn. It's a Morado or Kulli corn. It's a black corn. Again, like most of my seeds, this is from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds up in Mansfield, Missouri. So it should be a pretty good, pretty well adapted to our area. Pour some out on my hand and let you have a look at it. These seeds are supposed to take 7 to 10 days to germinate and sprout, so that'll be 10 days from now, be about a week into spring, so we should be all right. I've been looking at the weather and everything. We ain't supposed to have a freeze for at least the next 3 or 4 weeks that I can see, so we should be all right. If it comes down to it, I get out here and put some plastic over it like I got on some of the other garden beds. So let's get some spots dibbled in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now what we're going to do here is we're dibbling in for the corn here, but we're leaving a bit of a space because later on we're going to plant some zucchini squash and some beans in here. The beans will come in before the squash. And what should happen is the beans should grow up the corn and the squash should lay down a nice shade and keep the bed nice and moist. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13. Alright, so we got, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we got 10 by 4, so that should be 40. According to the seed packet, I should have at least 50 seeds in my packet. According to what they wrote on it, it's a minimum of 50. No, it's a minimum of 75 seeds. So we should have enough to drop one in every spot. And if they don't all come up, that's all right. One of the things about corn though is you need enough corn close enough together that the wind can pollinate it. So y'all might think this is a bit much for this little bed, but when it's all said and done, it'll be all right. Twelve, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I still got about half a packet left, so we should be good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Get a glove on right quick. That's wrong. And we just spread this out a little bit, just enough to fill in those holes. We don't have to get too carried away with it. Alright. Now we got that done, we're going to water it in right quick. Hi, Bubba. Make sure it gets a nice drink of water. Alright, we get got her watered in. Now, I got a varmint around here, which some of y'all may not think of as a varmint, and he is kind of cute. He's a fat old chipmunk that every kernel of corn I planted last year, he dug up and ate. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to do a little protecting. Now I'll come back later and fit this tighter to this bed. But right now, we're just going to stretch it over. Maybe we're going to get it stretched over, maybe not. Try to take some of that curl out of it. Alright, let's try this again. We'll stick that down there. And we try to get it uncurled. Over this here. like I say, I'll come back later and trim it up a bit and actually bend it in such a way that it pretty much makes a cage over the whole top of it, so he can't get in there and get this corn. This corn here, this is a bit more expensive. You know, this one little packet I got here, as you can see, let's say there's 100 pieces of corn in there. I paid $5 for it. That means that's a nickel per kernel. That ain't cheap corn. So we don't want him running around eating it all. You know, we want to get us some sweet corn and some dried corn that we can plant again next year. Because this little bed right here, like so many other things, is a starter crop. You know, it's to get it adapted to our area for one. And then this year is the first year of adapting, so you know, a couple of years of reseeding from the corn you started with or any other seed will help to adapt those plants to your local conditions, and that'll give you a better plant and a better harvest and everything. So again, these 40 that we just dropped in, hopefully we'll get at least 30 of them growed up, and we'll hopefully get at least 20 ears of corn out of them all. You know, we'll eat 10, 15 of those 20 as sweet corn. We'll keep 5 or so to replenish our seed stock and have more to plant next year and a bigger crop and so on and so forth. So like I said, if it comes down to it and we hit another cold spell, I'll just come in and tent up like those over there. This one right here has got cabbage in it. This one back here has got some kale and Brussels sprouts. It's also the one that we put carrots and turnips in a while back. This one right here, we got it covered up too. We got beets planted in it. And then later probably this coming week or next weekend or whatnot, we'll get some sunflowers in that one, and maybe even get some butternut squash planted in that one with the sunflowers. Don't know exactly when we're going to do that yet. I think we need to fill that one up a little more. I did go ahead and plant some cucumbers out in buckets, but that's okay because we can bring the buckets inside and out. So anyway, y'all, thanks for letting me talk at you. This is a Handy Redneck. I'll see you later.